What's up, everyone? Jacob Rothenberg here. We're going to talk today about how to start an online business while working full time. Now, we'll always cover Kindle publishing, we'll have more keyword lessons, but I just wanted to break things up a bit and talk about something that people are probably interested in, generally speaking. So, if you've just joined the channel watching this from maybe a Facebook link or on YouTube, hey, the way I was able to quit my job was with Kindle publishing, which is on Amazon where you can produce content, mainly paperback books, ebooks, and audiobooks, in which people on Amazon can shop for as customers, buy, and you earn royalties off of that. So I've been successful enough at that to quit my job. I did that, oh gosh, for a year and a half, I'd say, while working. And after that year and a half, I was able to scale up to a point where I no longer work a day job and I am completely, quote unquote, self-employed as an entrepreneur. So whatever that means, we're going to guide you now in today's video on how I did it and really also what you should do, shouldn't do, and some tips I can give you. So without further ado, let's go to it. So here's what to do. It's actually very, very simple on what you need to do. It's very basic. It's actually executing it that's going to be the hardest part, by far. So basically, find a business opportunity that you like. Whether it's going to be Kindle publishing, drop shipping, consulting, design work, video production, whatever that you're interested in, you can find a business opportunity that you can run, again, as a business, or you can also consider the freelance method of doing things, or the path of being a freelancer and like going on Fiverr or Upwork and offering services to people online in exchange for money, of course. And then along with that, if you're especially in a business opportunity, you got to learn the business model. So, with Kindle publishing, you have to learn all the mechanics and all the how to, step by step, where to outsource what exactly to outsource, little tips and things that will help you actually make money to a significant degree. Kindle publishing is probably the easiest way to go from making zero initially to $1,000, and I think it's also the easiest way to go from zero to $1,000 a month consistently. That being said, there's always other great business opportunities, whether it's more conventional affiliate marketing, again, drop shipping, fulfillment by Amazon. There's just so many business. Even gosh, as much as I hate to say it, network marketing, MLMs. Say what you want about those, but they are business opportunities as well where you can theoretically make money. So there's just so many ones to choose from and learn about. So learn the hell out of the business model. Be an expert at it. If you want to shortcut your way, find a course related on that business model. Just suck it up. Pay the money for a course. Whether it's $100 or whether it's the amazing selling machine for Amazon FBA, which costs $5,000. Just find the best in class course for your space and buy it. And hopefully with the amount of money you spent on it, you're going to take action too, right? So that's a given. Then from there, don't just be a course taker. Don't be someone that just fantasizes about making money and just reads all the material. Like, actually start taking action. Start making money. Chris Miller, I saw your post in Double Your Kindle Sales, man. You're a really good guy. I know you have good intentions and, you're excited to get started, but man, you got to get started. Don't be someone that drops $3,000 on courses, for 6 months without producing a single book. If you're in Kindle publishing, don't be afraid. Take that leap. You're not going to be perfect, so no matter how many courses you take, when you publish your first book, your second book, your third book, and you won't be perfect publishing your 20th book either. So just put yourself out there and learn. Learn in terms of practicality. Learn in terms of what happens to you in the field once you play in the real world. And once you start making money, once you start from going from zero to $1,000, hey, congrats, you made $1,000 online. You know what to do to make money from there. All it is from that point is to scale up and eventually quit your job, right? Sounds great. So, that's the overall theory. It's very, I don't know, kind of cliche what I just gave out as advice, but it's really the simplicity of it that you got to realize. Like, this is all you have to do to quit your job. It's just a matter of time and hard work. So, with a video like this, we always have to talk about what you should not do. So, just because people are crazy or stupid and they will do these things, I've seen it firsthand. So, here's something that you don't want to do so that you don't end up emailing someone, preferably, hopefully not your boss, say, "Oh, hey, how is everything? Hope you're doing well. Do you have any part-time work for me that I could pursue?" We don't want that. So, number one, what you should not do is don't leave your job without making money first. So, like, if you want to open up a jewelry store online using Shopify, make sure you have customers willing to sell. Don't just hear like, "Oh my God, your designs are amazing!" Like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, actually prove your concept works. Get money through to your bank account. Get customers and have customers spend on your business before you think about leaving your job. Don't just imagine like best case scenario. "Oh my gosh, month one, I'm gonna make $100. Month two, I'm gonna make $1,000. Month three, I'm gonna make $3,000 because the universe will just materialize and manifest what I believe in." Like, no, that's not how it works, people. You gotta prove that your concept works before dreaming and fantasizing about your business. Number two, I never did this, and I don't think I'll have to ever go back to an old employer, but definitely don't burn your bridges with your older employer. Like, you never know what can happen. And in general, it's not a good practice to do such. Like, what do you really get out of it? Unless you're like in a really toxic environment. And even then, when it comes time to leave your job or if things are looking bad, don't lash out, don't retort, just be the better person, be the bigger person, just be professional and, part ways gracefully. Because you might need to contact someone you might have to talk to for a reference. You never know. So just keep it clean. And third, this is the big one. I know this is a big one. With exception to those who have families and have kids to take care of, like I empathize with that. But looking at Emeka, who runs a full-time online business with family and two kids living in Mexico right now, he doesn't use time as an excuse. So don't use time as an excuse. Prioritize your time on the business. I guarantee you that you have activities in your day where they are literally considered a waste of time. Whether it's your video game addiction, whether it's your TV watching the Vampire Diaries, if that still runs or whatever. Well, the Castlevania series is the exception because it's awesome. But yeah, you're wasting time on that technically, as much as it pains me to say that. You're browsing on social media. Like, is it really productive? Like, you have a lot of unproductive activities. So, especially if you're running a business and you want it to grow and you want to quit your job, prioritize your time on the business. Like, you gotta suck it up, cut it out. Just text your girlfriend less, text your side people, whatever. Things gotta give, and you have to put more time on the business. It's selfish. It's not long-term healthy, but it's what you have to do. You have to be selfish and put time on the business, just the way it is. And this is something I had to consider too, because I live in the Bay Area here. I've commuted, oh gosh, what is it, like 30 miles one way in the Bay Area, which is like 90, as long as 90 minutes one way. I had long commute times. So during these commute times, I would do three things actually. I would either brainstorm ideas and like run things through my head about things I want to release, concepts for products, or even planning out my next moves for the business, or even like talk to contacts, talk to people. I don't mean like message, but I actually call because that's the responsible thing to do while driving. Talk to contacts, buddy up, mastermind, collaborate. And number three is to further your education. So no one actually knows this. This is the first time I've ever said this, but I've never actually watched my self-publishing blueprint. I have never watched it. Truth is that I played my publishing blueprints course materials while driving on my commute. I would just click done, and then next, and then keep driving. And it was really it was the audiobook, I have to say, that got me to where I am in self-publishing. So, you can even listen to a course, or there's so much free stuff on YouTube that lasts an hour long, and you've got unlimited bandwidth, right, for your data plans. So, find something you can play on YouTube that'll teach you something for like an hour, and hey, that makes the most out of your commute, right? So, I definitely recommend that. Now, this is the tough one because everyone's context is different, but there are a few generalities I can give you on when is it really time to quit your job. Is there a perfect time? No. There's never really a perfect time. Whether you get hit with unexpected bills, or your income suddenly fluctuates right when you quit your job, or, stuff happening. But at some point, you got to just take the leap of faith. But there are a few definite things, in my opinion, that you have to have accomplished first before you quit your job. Number one is you definitely need to earn more than your cost of living from your online business. And I don't mean just matching it. So, like, if your cost of living is $2,000 in a month, I would recommend, before taxes, that you make at least $4,000 a month. You don't want to be in a scenario where you're thinking about money all the time. That's just super stressful, and inevitably it's going to put you back in a day job. You don't want to be making $2,000 with a cost of living of $2,000. If that's the case, I would recommend you double your income first before trying to acclimate towards maintaining a $2,000 a month cost of living. So, make significantly more from your online business. Number two, again, things happen. Now, I don't follow this, although I'm giving it as advice, but it's the responsible thing to do, which is to have 6 to 8 months worth of living expenses saved up in your bank account. Me, I only have about maybe 4 or 5 months saved up, but I'm making enough money right now, and things are stable enough right now to where I can get away with this. So, again, if things hit the fan, if maybe you're not as employable as me, I mean, I'm not saying that to be cocky, but I'm in sales. I can get a sales job tomorrow and whatever, and at least sustain myself. But, if things really hit the fan, if you suddenly hit a depression, you want to be able to at least scrounge up money from your bank account and still be able to live while finding a job or while reviving your business op. So be sure to have that on the side. And now the last 2 points are more of my opinion, but I think from practical experience and what I've seen working with others, this would definitely benefit you more than just not doing it. So I'm going to say it now, which is try to develop at least 2 streams of income first. So for me, let's see, I had not only Kindle publishing, but I also have my course, and now I have 2 courses, and along with coaching. So that gave me a few streams of income right there. I don't want you to be like a one-trick pony or a one-customer pony. So if you have a business op, not only are people relying on Kindle publishing, sometimes they only rely on 1 or 2 books to make that money within Kindle publishing. And, if that one book goes away or it gets blocked, whatever, you're dead. Like, GG, it's over. It's over for you. Likewise, like a long time ago, granted, I still had a full-time job, I would do marketing services for a big client over in Israel through, Digital Point. And it was paying me about $80 a day. One customer was paying me $80 a day for some really easy stuff to do online. And once the recession hit here in the United States in 2008, I lost that customer. And my the online business that I had at the time, to where I was making like $2,000 a month, I went from $2,000 a month to 0 instantly, because I was relying too much on one customer, one big client to make my business going. So you don't want to don't be too cocky. You can't be overconfident that your one trick, your one tactic, your one product, your one client is going to sustain you. You got to build up and diversify a little bit at least. And last point, again, this is purely my opinion, But again, from practical experience, I think this is so true, which is you want to stay at your job as long as you can until the business is too large to run part-time. Now, why I say that, like, let's think about this. Would you rather make 100,000 from an online business or make 100,000 from a real job? Okay? Think about that. Why don't you try running an online business while having a full-time job and make 200,000? Right? So, this is still true even up until today. So, hold on. There we go. So in the month of October, so far I'm grossing over $12,000 this month in sales. That being said, right before I was quitting my job, right before I quit my job rather, I think between my job and the online business, I was making at least $14,000-15,000 gross before taxes. So, running your business and having a full-time job is probably the most money you're going to make, at least for a couple months, if not a few months. So not only should you enjoy it, but save your money and try to hold on to it for as long as you can, because it's a lot of money you're going to be making. Probably the best months of your life for a while until you quit your job and you become poverty again. So try to do it until like the business is too large to run part-time. So full disclosure for me, I was in sales. I was working from home. Now, even though my schedule is flexible, like I was not required, to be somewhere between 8 and 5. If I was able to do the work between 3 and 5, with all the objectives complete, they didn't care. But what I was seeing was that, okay, here I am running this business, and I can't leave my computer here at home until like 12 or 1 o'clock, even though I might have some things to do. So I figured, hey, that's not fair to my employer, and this is really starting to take off to where it requires more of my time. And at the time, I didn't have a VA manager, but whatever. I decided that was the time I would quit my job, including all of the points I mentioned, most of the points I mentioned about having more and coming in than my cost of living, having more than one stream of income, and having some money saved up for living expenses in case things went bad. So when I had all these points done, I decided to quit my job, and I have had zero regrets since doing so. Zero regrets. It's the best living I've had in a while in terms of lifestyle. I get to sleep as much as I need to. I don't have to wake up at 5 in the morning anymore. I don't have to go on these hellish commutes. Granted, at my last job, everyone was super cool and everyone was awesome, but I don't have to deal with negative people. There's no toxic people in my contacts, in my, with my vendors that I use. If there's someone that I don't like, I just won't work with them. And I have that freedom now. So it's been great, and I hope you can do it too. So, guys, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you're encountering or experiencing this to where maybe it is Kindle Publishing and you're growing out your business, you're trying to just chart forward like what the hell is going to happen with quitting your job, hit me up. Likewise, subscribe, and we'll have more videos coming on keywords, so stay tuned.